Hello, welcome to the New Jersey Piney Power Show. The aftermath of devastating Hurricane Sandy hit this area very hard, and a lot of damage along the shore. Pretty much the shore is gone. All the structures there are gone. I still have no power at home on Long Island, no way of uploading the video. But it is Sunday, November 4th. You can see that even the mighty pitch pines, some of these came down here. They had winds over 100 miles an hour. And we're going to see what kind of damage we have here. Most of these pines have withstood the storm okay. We will see. Of course, there was a sign on one of the trails that not to go down them, but we will anyway, because I need to. Well, no sign here, so I'll just plead ignorance as far as trails being closed. I don't know why they do that. I mean, people can, people can watch out for themselves. I know I can. Look at that shape, huh? Yeah, look at those shapes, all standing. Alright, yeah, there's a downed one, a little one. A lot more tree damage here than by me on Long Island. But they got the brunt of the storm over here. We didn't even get the brunt where we are in Long Island. They got the brunt. But Pine Barrens still held up pretty freaking well, I think. A few trees down in here, but those are trees that were probably weakened, that could have been susceptible to beetles. Just nature weeding out the weak, Look at all those beautiful pitch pines, huh? Had to come here. I've had a very stressful week. I have no power for 6 days now. The whole town's out without power. Luckily I can use my stove to stay warm. You're really not supposed to do that. I don't usually talk about that, but this whole thing is just affecting so many people. But you know what? As bad as I have it with the no power, there are people who have lost their homes due to flooding. I mean, areas along the shore, barrier islands, completely gone. Well, they have that trail blocked off. We'll see if there's another way to get to my area. It's another trail that I could take. If that's closed, we're gonna have to go through it anyway. It's probably a big tree blocking it. And the great shapes still stand tall, considering what this place has been through. Hurricane Sandy was a very rare meteorological phenomenon that might start becoming more common due to global warming. A strengthening hurricane came in on the Jersey Shore, right over Atlantic City, and what happened was it went in over Atlantic City, and this area got hit very hard because it was just north of the center of it, and the storm strengthened. It strengthened, I believe, to 90 miles an hour before it came on shore. It's very rare. That almost never happens here. The track was also very unusual because it took a left turn, literally hit right into the shore. So it's another problem we have. So that's why the damage is so bad. We had very high winds. And the reason this has happened is because of the global warming. It's the oceans are not cool like they're supposed to be up here. They're too warm, and these storms don't weaken. It's a real concern, I don't usually talk about climate change that much on these videos, but oh boy, we have some tree damage here. Don't tell me my favorite tree lost its top. I think it did. Looks like it lost its top. Let's see. The one with the devil horns, it's gone. Is it gone? No, it's still here, it's still here. That lost its top though. But the devil horn tree is still here. There you go. Beautiful, great shapes there. This area is done pretty well. There's one scene I want to get though. I think it's over here. So no, Pine Barrens NJ is a bit of a rebel coming in here when it's technically closed, but you know what? You can't, we've been through the past week, all of us. We need a break. We need a place to relax, Yeah, look at those great shapes, huh? It's beautiful. The pines now have lost all their orange needles, so Sandy actually did them a favor because now they're all green. Bright green. Got that winter color now. Yeah, look at those great shapes, huh? Alright, we'll go a little more here. We're going any more. There's that crazy one down there, you know. Yeah, well, yeah, let's go there, come on. No, I'm not gonna go all the way down over there. Let's continue going west. Yeah, look at those great shapes, huh? You're in this one. Let's get out of here. Get back to the trail. The trails technically aren't open, but like I said, just don't report me to Ocean County, right? Because otherwise... Oh. Yeah, look at those shapes. And those. Just fine. Oh, there's a pine over there that went down. Snapped. You see it? I'm going to stay away from it. Just have to exercise caution to stay away from trees that are leaning like that. You know, you just got to be aware of your surroundings, you know? You'll be fine. Alright, we've crossed out of the Ocean County Park, Jake's Branch. Technically, this area is not Jake's Branch, but part of Double Trouble State Park, but it's cut off from the rest of Double Trouble. So I still consider it Jake's Branch. Yeah, look at these great shapes, huh? Some great shapes here, that's for sure. Alright, let's head further west. Not going down that path. I'm tempted to, though, but I'm not going to do it today. Because there might be some trees down over there. Ooh, here's another scene. This different sun angle gives you a different look, perspective on things, you know? Oh, those are some great shapes, huh? Yeah, well, the sun is in the sky. Unfortunately, look what a couple of airplanes just decided to do. Take a big poop in the sky. See, we've got to start changing our ways. We've got to start living in harmony with the planet. We are not, and that's why these things are happening. You know? We shouldn't be building where we shouldn't be, you know, where, you know, along the ocean where you know, and we shouldn't be polluting the air with carbon dioxide and contrails because it's changing the climate, you know, causing more of these kind of storms, you know. People need to think, you know. They really need to think about what they're doing. So we're heading now. We'll head down to the power line right away. Hopefully there aren't any... Those are major power lines. Hopefully there's no down power lines over there. I'm going to have to report that to JCP&L. Yeah, looking at these great shapes here. Well, the pines are fine. I mean, there are a few that went down here and there, but very little tree damage here because the pitch pine is a strong tree. There's fire-resistant bark here. This is part of the reason it makes it strong. It also has deep roots, too. The roots don't come up along the ground that much. So, they usually don't come down in big windstorms and stuff like that. If one does come down, it's usually weakened to begin with by beetles or something, you know. Well, this pine is leaning a little bit here. So, by no means is it going to come down, but it's leaning. That one's lit. Man, you know, I think that one's always been like that. No, maybe it hasn't. I'll be able to tell in a minute. No, yeah, it's leaning a little more than it normally does, that's for sure. So it did get pushed over a little bit by the wind. But that one's fine. It's thick over here. You get that low November sun, you see the things get... Things definitely are darker, you know. A little darker. Still not that dark. Not like being in a cedar swamp. Yeah, there's some great shapes right there, right? Yeah. See you when you head west. Very few trees down there. A few, you know, weakened ones that have come down. Very few. Just, you know, it's pretty much what I expected. It's really minimal damage. There's no reason to close off trails. Some great shapes there, right? Yeah. Alright, let's continue west toward the power lines here. Feels later than it is. I'm still used to the daylight savings. You know, it's just before noon. It feels like 1 o'clock. And all these great shapes are just fine. Let's walk over to the power line area. Of course, these desert-like areas, these are younger trees, and the roots are much deeper than regular pitch pine, so it really takes a lot to bring these things down. Yeah, look at that, huh? That's what I'm talking about right there. A lot of great shapes. That over there, I don't have the zoom, but that was a bald eagle that just passed by. I rushed to get a picture of it real fast. As fast as I could get. My first bald eagle sighting. I know they existed in the Pine Barrens, but that's the first time I've seen one. Yeah, look at those great shapes. Huh? We've got lots of them here. Yeah, we have a few pop-up clouds now. Not too many, just a few. A lot of great shapes here, though, let me tell you. And look at that. You can't even tell that a hurricane happened here. Look at those shapes, huh? Ah, sure it's gotten dark, hasn't it? Yeah, this is an Atlantic white cedar swamp over here. We have some clouds trying to roll in over here. I don't know if they're gonna, but trying to. We got most of our pictures already. I'm gonna start heading back to the nature center. You know, I haven't been sleeping enough each night, so I've been very weak. I haven't had the strength I normally have. That's what I'm going through with the no power for 6 days now and counting. Alright, so we'll head back this way now. I'm tired, man. At times I feel like I'm gonna faint, you know, just from this. Well, I blame LIPA for a lot of this. The electric company we run on Long Island is terrible. They don't get the power back. They've messed up priorities, I'll just put it that way. Yeah, those shapes, huh? Heading back. Starting to get exhausted. Oh, look at all these pine cones on the ground. Unfortunately, these clouds are starting to roll in a little bit on us, so it's not as blocked. But I took most of the pictures I want to. You know, and we got these pine cones that got knocked off the trees from Sandy. That's actually going to help cause new pines to grow in. Ain't nothing wrong with that, right? Oh yeah, nothing but pines here. Not a whole lot of foliage, but this is all pines. You're not going to see much foliage. Except the great shapes. The great green shapes of the pitch pine. Yeah, a lot of little dead branches down with cones on them. That's good though. It's a natural way of pruning the trees, actually. See, nature, you got to let nature just take its course sometimes, you know. Can't interfere with it, you know. A lot of people prune their trees artificially, but nature prunes them. All right, got various kinds of lichen here. We've got the reindeer lichen. We got the pixie cup lichen as well. All right, got that Pine Barrens heather. And this is the pine tree that cracked. Yeah, the wind definitely just ripped this pine tree. Let's take a look at it. You should stay away from trees like this, though. That's the destructive force of hurricane force winds right there. But I bet if they don't remove this tree, it's going to wind up growing straight up again. Yep. Oh yeah, it's weakened. See, yeah, I see beetle holes. See, there's beetle holes here. And see the sap dripping out of the tree. This tree was weakened to begin with, and that's why see, wind is a good thing in the forest. Just like fire, everything that occurs naturally in the forest is always a good thing, as long as it occurs naturally. Of course, sometimes we do have to simulate what occurs naturally, like fire, because we keep putting those fires out. This is sap. It's very sticky. It's actually hardened. Well, these are just fine, though. Yeah, the three brothers. I was worried about the three brothers, but they were okay. Just fine. Yeah, we got these clouds. Sun's in and out, but it's not still a very nice day today. It's not too windy, which is good. That's the main thing. Not too windy. That's the main thing, right? You go into the forest and the woods. you can't tell anything happened. Once you go into a civilized, you know, well, I wouldn't say civilized area, but a developed area, we'll put it that way, the damage is evident. The power out, down poles, down wires, damaged houses, especially down by the shore, which is why we need to preserve more, you know, and I really think that, folks, you should pressure. I know that a lot of people talk about rebuilding these towns that don't on the shore, but I don't think we should be. If we should rebuild some stuff, we should rebuild stuff that can withstand the flooding, and two, I think more importantly, we really should. A lot of the areas that were, you know, where the buildings were just completely destroyed, should never be built upon. They should remain. Let nature, because the shorelands. You know, we have dune lands. You know, if they're anything like ours on Long Island, we have. You know, we have the maritime forest, and that maritime forest is actually very helpful in holding the barrier island together. So when you knock that maritime forest down, the island will erode more. So that's why you gotta keep the barrier island forest, or maritime forest. Maritime forest consists of, well, very stunted pitch pines, stunted hollies, and they can withstand salt water and salt spray, you know, but our structures can't. So people need to think. All right. Now this is an interesting little thing that happens here with pitch pines. Sometimes they actually develop branches that kind of get buried in forest debris, like pine needles and stuff. This is pretty cool. This often happens in a maritime dune land kind of environment, but it can also happen on the mainland too, as the pines just kind of grow outward along the ground there. Like I said, the pitch pine's a very resilient tree. People don't know, people don't realize, oh, well, you know, we've had a major storm, let's want to go in the Pine Barrens, but the Pine Barrens can withstand this pretty well. As you can see, there aren't many trees down there. A few here and there that are weakened by, you know, outside forces. Here's another branch that's kind of got itself buried there in leaf litter. And we got the reindeer lichen, of course. Ever-present reindeer lichen. Give me some sun there. There we go. Alright, a branch broke off that one. The tree's still there, but the branch did break down. Break off. Like I said, I'm a little low on sleep, so maybe I don't make complete sense. I do apologize. And that branch is probably weakened already, so, you know. So that's the thing, but as you can see, the Pine Barrens are very resilient. Now, they had this trail taped off, and I don't know why, because I don't see any downed trees here at all. Yeah, the clouds are rolling in now on us. That's our wedding backing out. Yeah, I don't know why they had this trail taped off. There's no trees down here. I mean, you know, there's not much damage here. I mean, you know, they shouldn't be closing parks to people. People need some relaxation right now, you know? I don't understand why they do that. But, you know what? I don't care what they say. I'm here anyway. So. Yeah, it's cloudy. It doesn't look as nice now, I know. But I don't notice any down trees, leaners, or anything like that, so, well, you know, this trail is clear. And so are most of the trails I've been on. The Tindy Trail is probably another story, though. That's a narrow trail. That's probably a lot of branches and twigs on that. But I don't see much down here at all. There's a dead oak that went down because there's a burn area, but that's going to happen eventually. Yeah, no need for that at all. No need for that at all. There's no trees down over there. They don't know. That's why they haven't sent anyone down to walk down there and see, I guess. Oh, there's some people walking. See? I'm gonna kick you, keep us out of here. Now, I hope they leave this tree alone, trees like this, because they're not blocking the trail. And what will happen, given a year or two, is you're going to start to see the branches grow straight up. So you get a pretty cool looking shape out of it, if they leave it alone. You can, pines are so strong, you can bend them, but it's not going to kill them. They'll just grow in a different direction. We got blackjack oak here, we have some color, but the color's not as good this year because look at what happened to the leaves. This is thanks to Sandy, look at what she did to the leaves. Kind of just, they're all torn up. There's another one over here, but it's in the same kind of condition. And the problem is the leaves didn't even change yet, a lot of them. It's like they didn't change because the... Well, hopefully next year we'll have a better foliage season, I hope. I'm sick of having to wait, trust me. It'll be the second year in a row. Alright, this is a post oak here. Hasn't even changed yet, really. It's just starting to. See, a lot of the trees just got messed up this year because it was so warm. Now it's really cold. Now it's probably just going to kill the trees and they're not going to be able to change. You know, we'll kill the leaves anyway. These are usually very colorful, but so far... Well, we've seen some colorful ones on Long Island, but not here. Because Long Island's changed first, I guess. And the other hurricane. Oh, here's something interesting now. There's new leaves. Look at these little ones here. These are new leaves. See, new leaves. And these are the older ones that are bigger. Interesting. That I never seen that before. Alright, we're inside here. Just, that butterfly moves. Look at that. That butterfly, just the wings just opened up. Look at this cute little guy here. This is a pine tree. This is actually pretty good, accurate. Oh, and here's blackjack. And, of course, you know what this is. Atlantic white cedar. Yeah, that's cool. Alright, looking at all these great pines here. Yeah, clouds have rolled in on us here. This is when the sun heats the ground, the moisture in the ground rises up and gets trapped underneath an inversion. Also, it could be from the lakes too, a little lake effect. But anyway, it's that time to end the Piney Power show, so sorry I couldn't make it longer, but I am tired and the clouds rolled in. So, thank you for watching, and remember, and before I even end this, let me just say that we gotta, you know, if you can, help out the people hurting from this Hurricane Sandy. A lot of people, especially in the shore, have lost everything, you know, so make some donations, you know, and if somebody's out of power and, you know, they need help them out, you know. Anyway, thank you for watching this New Jersey Piney Power show, and as always, life goes on here in the Pine Barrens, completely normally, unlike our civilized world after this terrible hurricane. Anyway, thank you for watching, and remember, it's all about those great shapes.